Hey, Wally, I bet you're going, who the hell is this guy? This is Dave Krieg. How you doing, man? I got a little message. Want to give you a little Christmas cheer from Brendan, Jesse, and Dan. Must be your boys. They must really love you. That's pretty cool. I got two boys myself. They're 32 and 30. My 30-year-old's a firefighter here in Mesa, and it took him a while to get into that thing, and he's scared of heights, but he has to go up on ladders. He's claustrophobic, and they have to go through skinny things with all the fire equipment on and stuff like that. And my other boy lives up in Seattle, Matt. He's a IT guy. But I play golf with Matt, and Mike and I like to fish and hunt, so it's good that your boys, I can tell there's a connection there, and y'all hang out together, and that's pretty cool. That's, you can say all the fame you want about football and all that stuff, but what's really important in the long run is your family, and all that. And I can tell that because I go back to Wausau, Wisconsin every summer, and always during the fall for sure, to go deer hunting, and with my high school buddies, guys I played high school football with, guys I played at Milton College with. I go back and see them, and folks, people that my folks used to hang around. My mom and dad aren't around anymore, but I still get to see the people they hung around with. But anyway, I wanted to tell you some stories, man. I guess you watch. I started in 1980. I think you remember that. I was a rookie. Jim Zorn was going into his fifth year with Seattle. He was the man there, him and Steve Largent. And I didn't get drafted. First time I flew on a plane was to try out for the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, I went to mini camp on a plane, and I found out what I didn't know, which was a lot. I mean, the verbiage and just calling a running play and putting a guy in motion, and then they changed, the defense changes. At Milton, we just called a play and ran it. I'd throw it to the open guy. It was pretty simple. Football still is simple. But they try to complicate it in the way they try to make it easier for you and get guys open. So when I first came there, I didn't know anything. I just gritted it out, studied really hard. I'm studying every night, writing down the formations for simple running plays and doing that. And I did okay in practice over at Cheney at Eastern Washington. But what I did good was the preseason games, and you have to do good because you only get a few chances, and you don't go into the fourth quarter. Nobody understands that. They see this kid standing there. Oh, there's the rookie free agent from Milton College standing on the sideline. Well, you're sitting over there sweating your nuts off. I mean, you're like, look at those guys. There's Nick Bonicatti back in the old days, the Killer Bees, and there's Bob Greasy, and they're hitting each other so hard and right in front of you. You don't play till the fourth quarter. You go in there at halftime, and you're like, oh, my God. And then they say, okay, you're up next. And you're like, oh, my gosh, this is what I always wanted to do. But at the time, you don't even want to do it, But I remember my first play calling it, too. I handed it off to Tony Benjamin. I right 42 on one, ready, break, and all the players went up to the line of scrimmage, and I could have ran right out the back door to Kingdom. That's how scared I was. But I made a few plays, had some teammates run the ball for some good yardage, Paul Johns in particular. And then the next year, 1981, then I kind of learned things. We had a quarterback school, 3 months of learning. And then in 81, Jim Zorn got hurt near the end of the year, the fourth to the last game. So I got to start the last three games. And in the first start, I threw my first pass that I threw was a touchdown to Sam McCullum. It was only a 7 or 12 yard slant. I also threw a touchdown pass to Steve Largent on a go route, which is crazy. Usually it'd be Sam McCullum running a go route, but there was like 6 minutes to go. It was near the end of the fourth quarter, middle. And I threw this go route to Steve, and I thought, oh man, I threw it too far inside. What I come to find out later on is that when you're a right-hander and you pronate, when you throw, the ball will gradually go to the right, like a slight fade. And I was just sitting there, and I prayed to God real quick, please don't let it be too far inside and overthrown. And it just fell perfectly into his arms, and he caught it. And I just thought, wow, I can talk to God right during a play, and it works. It didn't work all the time, but that was pretty cool. So at least the Seahawks had a chance to see I could play. And Jack Patera, he was the head coach there. There's another thing. 1980, 1981, 1982, all of our training camps, he did not let us have water. I mean, I have no idea, but I didn't know. I came from Milton College. I mean, my college, Wally, was so small. It's a Division 3 NAIA. Basically, that's one division that you go to above high school. That's about as low as you can get. I didn't have any offers coming out of high school. But that's neither here nor there, man. I made it, and it was so cool. A couple other good games was 82, so I got a chance to play 83. We bring in Chuck Knox. That was hard, too. Now odd numbers were to the right, even numbers were to the left. You know, it was the weirdest thing. Opposite left, 35 would be a running play to the right. And usually all the plays were to the right. Guys like Mike Tice, they were putting odds and even on their left and right shoes. It was funnier than heck. But halfway through the season, Chuck decided to make a change against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I remember that because in the second half, I go up there and there's Jack Lambert. I've always thought of Jack Lambert, but I wasn't thinking anything of that. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to start the second half. And I see Jack Lambert with no teeth. I thought it was funnier than hell. We damn near won that game. It was 27-24. And then that was the year that we went to the championship game. We beat the Broncos for the first Seahawks playoff win in the Kingdom, first playoff win at home. We beat the Broncos pretty good. I was shocked that we did that. I was like, oh my gosh, we won a playoff game. Then we went to Miami. I think we were 17-point underdogs. Our plane didn't get there till 4 in the morning. And Chuck designed some plays where he had an extra tight end, and we were able to run the ball, do a lot of play action. And we won that game, man. You thought it was the happiest feeling in sports-wise I think I've ever felt. We were just like, wow, we did that. We just got here. And we beat the Miami Dolphins and Dan Marino and Don Shula. And then we had one more game to go against a team we'd beaten twice that year. If we beat this team, we go to the Super Bowl. We beat them twice, the freaking Los Angeles Raiders. We got on there. I had the worst game I think I mean, I've tried to have worse games, but that was the worst game at the worst time. And, gosh, that one hurts. I don't want to talk about that one anymore. But I had some great Seahawks memories. I mean, for a kid that came from Wisconsin, would have been working in a paper mill like the rest of my buddies, which isn't so bad. But, you know, they're still working there. 40 years they're working there, I think. My gosh, you know, what you guys do is a lot harder than what I did. But I got to play football for 20 years, man. Now, the hard part is retirement. It's like, well, what do I do all the time? You know, this and that. So when I was younger, it wasn't too bad. But when you get older, you got to find stuff to do. I write notes down, just like I did for plays, and keep myself organized, go get stuff from the store, what I should do, keep myself in shape, little goals. Did you run? Did you walk? Did you do something? So anyway, hey, listen, the boys told me to send you something, Wally, for Christmas. I hope this makes you feel better. I hope you enjoy your holidays. You got them boys. That's awesome. And wish you nothing but the best of health and prosperity in this next coming year. And God bless you guys.